What's up, my Archfiends of Chaos? It's your kid Roast Chaos, and since Dragon Ball Sparky Zero's coming out, remember the character named Hercule Satan from Dragon Ball Z, or Mark Satan, whenever you read the manga or whatever it is? He's actually based off a real person. And this is the person he's based off of, an old martial artist named Count Dante, Count Raphael Dante. Count Raphael Dante was a martial artist that believed that he could just touch someone with no liquid or nothing, just touch someone and they die by poison. Which goes by the thing, which is funny because just like the character, he's kind of very much deluded. And the reason why he is, because he was a stone cold alcoholic. As you see, he died by alcoholism. Well, I think it was stomach problems caused by alcoholism, but he was definitely a hardcore alcoholic. He was also a hairdresser, which I'm sure he took the hairdresser job to use his Demok, the death touch, if you know what I mean, in a different way. But anyways, now there is some good with Count Raphael Dante. He did create a martial arts school for people of color back in the day. And I think this was the 60s or 50s, whatever. Which is funny because his ads would be in comic books. You see his ads in comic books to join. Now, I think the Black Dragon Society, which is his martial arts related cult that he's created, still exists. I think it still exists to this day. The ideal, outlived him. But this man was fueled by delusions due to his alcoholism. Now, I've only seen one footage of this guy, what he could do, and I'll be honest, he's got some good credit in regular martial arts. I've not seen him touch someone and they, die by poison because he believed in the Demok, and Demok is the death touch. It's where you don't have to put no liquid on. You could just, take these two fingers, jab in someone like that, and then the poison will go into their body with the chi and stuff. Well, man, it does sound funny, but no. I mean, I'm sure he does have some credit. He did win some. I think he won a few tournaments, but there's barely any footage of this guy. There's only one legit footage of him on YouTube ever. He never got to show. He never got to show. He never showed people what he's truly capable of. He stayed out of the limelight. And if you're going to be a little bit delusional and come up with some supernatural Bushido type of stuff, he was smart for that, because if people can't see it, they can't disprove that you can't do this stuff. But yes, Dragon Ball Z's Hercule Satan or Mark Satan or, whatever translation was based off of this guy who lived, I think, in 50s or 60s. And the Black Dragon Society martial arts cult is probably still going on to this day. I'm sure it still is. Probably it's a social club at this point. But yeah, there's your history of a martial artist right there, and nothing too. If anything, and of course another part of history of Count Dante, because I'm into some older martial arts stuff. I've gotten into some older martial arts stuff. Anything that Bruce Lee would have taught, in martial arts, the way he presents and uses martial arts, he taught the opposite. It's like the Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do thing. And I think he's also John Krease is based off of Count Dante as well, because the one of the most infamous things that Count Dante has done is he has set a rival's dojo on fire. But I think that's part of his alcoholism, because alcohol makes you do some really messed up stuff. But he has set, he did do a dojo fire on his rival's dojo. And I think that's where they get some things of John Krease from Cobra Kai. So, John Krease and Hercule Satan is definitely based on this guy. This is the point of reference. Real guy, just, you've never seen very many videos of him actually fighting. But like I said, if there was a darker Bruce Lee, he would be it. But like I said, the good he did was definitely, it was nice that he had his martial arts school exclusively for disadvantaged or people of color to come in and train under the Black Dragon Society. So that's as far as I got from Count Dante, you could look at some like comic book ads. You could probably see it on YouTube and all that stuff. But yeah, some of your characters are based off some real life people that you would never thought you would know.